What's up, guys? Back with me here with the Foster, Season 1, Episode 21, Adoption Day. The finale of Season 1. Okay, so this episode starts off basically in the car with Brandon and Steph, and Steph and Mike are talking about, where the last episode left off. And, yeah, where they're talking about how Brandon gave money to Anne so she would change her story, and they're like, your bride is like, and your bride is like, no, I just asked her to lie, and she was like, no, she was already lying, I just didn't want Dad to go to prison, or Mike to go to prison or something, and Mike says he could kill Anna, and and Steph is like, you're gonna stay as far away from Anna as possible. And she said that your son gave, she came the other day and said that your son gave you a bribe. She had no idea that, she thought it was Jesus. Because Anna decided to not be a smart person and didn't give Steph the name of the person she was talking to. Because who thought that Brandon would be the one? Because who would think that Brandon would want to talk to Anna and have a relationship with Anna? Did anyone think of Brandon? But anyway, yeah. So yeah, and also, Steph's like, I want Brandon to come home. So after, we see Mike and Danny getting to yelling at each other about how Danny was concerned about his sobriety. Mike was like, hey, thanks to what you did, Steph is making him move back home. And she was like, she can't do that. And she's like, she has custody, she can do whatever she wants. And Mike says, we're done. I'm done with you. Get out of here. And Brandon's hearing all of this. So yeah. So Mariana goes over to Zach's, and he basically explains why his mom is weird and why she can remember him or thinks him as his dad is because she has early onset Alzheimer's, and he can't get her treated, or he'd have to leave Mariana to go with his dad. So, and he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to leave Mariana because Dad's in Arizona. So yeah. So Mariana, Callie's like sitting on the stairs, and we see this later, but Steph, and we are talking about why would Brandon take the money, and Steph doesn't like say, oh yeah, she didn't say it during the scene, but yeah, and even she's like, what's going on with her son, and Steph says, I don't know, with Callie listening to the conversation. So yeah, so then we see Brandon, and he goes to see Vico, and Vico's like, Vico basically blames Brandon for all of it when it's Vico's fault, and he said that he was gonna get scouted. He was gonna get under his father's thumb. 1 minute you're cruising along until 1 minute someone just crushes your dream. And you crushed your own dream, Vico. If you would have thought of this before you did the fake ID thing and brought booze to the party, you would have got what you wanted. But because of you not realizing this, you're getting kicked out of wrestling because of your own mistake. Yes, he's getting kicked out of wrestling. And yeah, and Emma's mad at Jesus because I forgot to mention his last episode, but Jesus got into a fight with Kyle, Emma's date, at the Metropolis at the Metropolis Mall, and yeah, and she basically told her to stay away from him because she was driving. But anyway, yeah. So Jude gets a call from a girl named Maddie who likes him, but Connor's a little jealous. So Connor's like, what if I like her? And Jude like, well, yeah, they gotta get into a fight about, yeah, basically ruins our friendship. And Connor's like, hey, I might not be able to make your adoption thing after all because good friends go there and you don't think of me as a good friend. So yeah, so Lena basically tells Jude that if he was gay or if he's not gay, they would it wouldn't matter how much they love him. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So Brandon goes home and Callie stopped by to say, hey Brandon, after this, after we get adopted on Monday, nothing's finished. It won't be the same. And he's like, I can't, I'm ruining your life, I'm hurting you. And he's like, no, you're not. So Danny comes home to her to see a drunken Brandon, and she's like, Callie, and he's like, Callie stopped by, and she's like, what'd she say? She's like, she's over me, and she's like, yeah. And she's like, and she takes Brandon to his bed, and she's like, sucks about Callie, you deserve better, you're smart, you're funny, and basically, they start kissing. And it's like, okay, they're about to kiss. But then the bad thing happens that I'm kind of mad at Danny for. She sleeps with Brandon. Yes, Brandon doesn't sleep with Danny. Danny sleeps with Brandon. Because Brandon was drunk, Danny took advantage of the situation, and she I don't know, yeah, she took advantage of the situation, because even if she didn't know she was drunk, even if she didn't know he was drunk, she shouldn't have kissed him and slept with him. So basically, Danny, I even hate even more now, because I hate Danny Kirkland even more now, because she slept with Brandon. And so, yeah. So, yeah. So Brandon wakes up to, yeah. So Mike was kind of mad at Brandon because he was very disappointed in him for doing what he did. And Brandon gets a call from Mike sounding super drunk, saying that how much he failed him as a father, and how much he loved him, and he was mad. He was sad that he got mad at him. And Brandon, instead of calling Steph or anyone to deal with it, who's he called? He calls Danny, but Danny doesn't answer, so he leaves a voicemail. Like, you could have called Steph, you could have called Lena, you could have called any adult, but you called Danny. I get it because they're together, but, okay, are they together? You can't throw her out, but, anyway. Yeah, so Brandon's at the symphony, and he gets a call. Danny says that she's got it, she knows where he is. Yeah. So then Steph shows up at the symphony, and yeah. Vico said he was gonna hit Brandon or something, whatever that means, and yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So then it's all about, it's the adoption day, and Stephanie, actually, the girl, my boy White shows up. The girls from Girls United show up. Even Gabby, even though this is Gabby's last appearance on the show, as I read, I think. Sorry, as I know. Didn't read it, I know it. And yeah, they all show up, but Callie gets some unexpected news from Stephalina that Callie cannot get adopted today. Because Callie gets some special news, unexpected news, that when they looked at her original birth certificate, Callie had a different name for her father. It was Robert Quinn. And yeah, so, and they said that Quinn's just Callie's middle name, and her mom just said it was her family name, and Callie says that means she's not getting adopted. but they're saying you're not getting adopted today, but you will get adopted, Callie. And Jude says that I'm not getting adopted with her. And Callie's like, whoa, Jude, this is your day. You're gonna walk into that courtroom, and you're gonna become Jude Adams' foster. She doesn't actually say it, but you're gonna become part of this family. So Jude walks in. Callie's there. Everyone's there. Actually, Mariana, I'll speak about the whole Mariana thing. Mariana did go to Zach's, and when she went there, Zach told her that his mom was doing some ironing. He came into her room. She came into his room. She didn't know who he was. Then he tried to get the iron out of her hand, and he hit her. And she just got some TV to calm her down. So, yeah, Zach's life is, So Mariana's like, she needs help. If you don't help her, she either doesn't know who you are or thinks you're your dad. She needs help. And he calls his dad in Arizona and is like, hey, his mom's real sick. So Mariana is really sad about this. She's like, why does it end up that everyone in her life ends up leaving her? But Brandon's like, whoa, hey. Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that. So Jude gets adopted as Jude Adams' foster, even though, and Callie and Rita talk. Rita gives this very speech about how Callie, that Callie just wants to run away from her problems, but if she runs away from her problems, she's gonna miss a part of the good stuff. You sometimes get the good, you sometimes get the bad, you can't run away from that. And basically, Rhea, so Callie goes in and she watches Jude get adopted, and she's playing some music when Wyatt shows up, and Wyatt says her is getting adopted by Stephanie. Is getting adopted or not getting adopted change anything? And she's like, about Brandon? No, it doesn't change anything. And they start playing music, and then they kiss. So I think they kiss, and then we get shot to Brandon. We get a scene with Brandon where Brandon's walking to get his stuff from his dad. When Vico shows out of nowhere, beats him up, roughs him up, and Brandon's about to get his car when Vico slams his hand in the door, ending the season. Okay. Well, I thought this episode was really good. It was a really good episode. This episode was really good. I enjoyed this one. It was very good. I'm really excited to get 2 now. So anyway, comment, subscribe, and have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys in Oscars Season 2.